Hi everyone! Today we're going to learn the Madison. This is an extremely sensible dance that originated in the 1950s. It used to be quite fluid and there were different versions of it, but then it became kind of solidified in the 1960s when a particular recording of a particular piece of music was used for this and the steps were called in a set order. The Madison features in a film called Hairspray in a slightly altered version, and it's also mentioned, although not shown, in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The overall structure of the Madison is a basic step, which lasts 6 counts, and then various feature moves, which are all different lengths, and there are different numbers of basics between the feature moves, so the whole thing is thoroughly confusing, but I will try and break it down and explain it for you. The basic move looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll show you turning away from you to start with. The basic move looks like this. We start with the weight on the right foot. We drop forward onto the left on 1. And then we tap and clap on 2. We step back onto the right foot on 3. And then 4, 5, 6, we tap with the left foot. We tap to the right, left, right. So the whole thing looks like this. Step, tap, 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 step, step, tap, tap, tap. And you can see with the arms that as you're doing the tap, 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 you can move them from side to side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two things to note. Firstly, if you want to practice everything that I'm showing you with the music at the end, then you can skip forward in the recording and there'll now be a slide to show you what time to skip forward to. The other important thing is that whenever we're going from the basic into one of the feature moves, the caller will shout, "Hit it," and it will happen at this point. Hit it. So it happens kind of halfway through the basic move, just as you're tapping your foot. 2, 3, hit it. And you finish the basic that you're doing before you go into the feature move. That's really important, so always finish the basic that you're on. The first feature move is the big strong turn. So we're going to do a thing first called the 2 up and 2 back, and this features in several of the feature moves. So that looks like this. We have the weight on the right foot because we've just finished a basic, and we go left together, left tap. So the right foot's now free, and we go right together, right tap. I'll show you that from behind. Left together, left tap, right together, right tap. That's the 2 up and 2 back. And we're going to do that, but then we're going to go into something called the big strong turn. So we'll do our 2 up, 2 back, and then we're going to step onto the left foot, kind of sideways slightly. We're going to pivot round, bringing our right shoulder forward to step onto the right foot. The left foot's now free, so we're going to go back the way onto the left foot. We're now going to pivot again, bringing the right shoulder forward and stepping onto the right leg. So the whole thing will look like this. 2 up, 2 back, step, pivot, step, pivot. The left foot's now free, so you'd go into the basic. As you're doing the big strong turn, you can add the arms, possibly with a click if you want. So 2 up, 2 back, step, pivot, step, pivot into the basic. The The next feature move is the rifleman. I told you this was a really sensible dance. So we're going to start with the 2 up, 2 back again. So the left foot's now free, and the double cross that we're going to do next looks like this. We're going to step across with the left, across with the right, across with the left, across with the right. We're then going to pretend that we're picking up a rifle, so we're going to crouch down. We're then going to hold a rifle, and this is the bit that I'm really rubbish at, but you kind of, as though you're holding a rifle like this, and then you're going to stamp with your right foot behind you, as though you're firing the rifle, and then you're going to take 2 steps back, left, right. So the whole thing will look like this. 2 up, 2 back, double cross, down, bang, step, step, and then you're into the basic again. The next move we're going to do is the big M, M for Madison. And with this one, there's no 2 up, 2 back. We've done our basic. And this time we're going to start tracing a big letter M on the floor. So it's like the start, it's just like the 2 up part, the step, together, step, close. But it's as if that's the upward part of the first part of the capital M. So now we're going to turn a bit to the right and do the first diagonal. Step, together, step, close. We're then going to do the next diagonal this way, step, together, step, close. The final upright, and then we're going to retrace the entire thing. So we're going to do the upright, left, together, left, close, diagonal, other diagonal, and finally the first upright. And then we're back into the basic. The next move, I think, should really be a feature of every stroll, or probably every dance, because it's tea time. So this time we're going to do a 2 up, 2 back, but in the middle we're going to do something that looks supposedly like a letter T. It's more like a star jump, really. It looks like this. 2 up, and then 2 back. I suppose if you really wanted to make it look like a letter T, you could do it more like this, and that's Jamie's preference. I think the standard choreography is the kind of star jump. So we have 2 up, just hit the picture. Let me try that a little bit further across the hallway. 2 up, that's better. And then back into the basic. The next move is the Cleveland box. Now a warning, if any of you are wearing a tie, there is a risk to this move, so tuck it away or something. Because the arm action looks like this, as though you're kind of, apparently this is supposed to be like you're ready to punch somebody in a boxing ring or something. I don't know much about these things. The moves, we've done our basic, and then we're going to make a kind of box shape on the ground. So we're going to go down, up with our left, right, left, right. We're then going to go forward with the left, to the right, close, and then we're going to go back to the right, left, close. And we're doing that action all of the time, so it will look like this. Basic, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Straight back into the basic. And I'm going to show you from the back as well, just in case the directions make a bit more sense, as much as any of this dance makes sense. So we've got our basic, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, basic. The next move is the big strong basketball. And this move mentions a basketball player called Wilt Chamberlain, who played for the Harlem Globetrotters. So you'll hear the caller mentioning that in the music. So it starts with a 2 up, but we're going to pretend that we're dribbling a basketball. This dance is really bringing out all of the things I'm not very good at, so apologies for my dreadful mimes here. But we're going to go 2 up, so we're dribbling the basketball, and then we're going to pretend that we're putting the ball into the net, and then we're going to come back, and as we do our 2 back, we're going to show that we scored 2 points, and the caller mentions this as well. So we're going to gesture like this. This is the non-rude way round, so it's okay. And then we've got our 2 back. And then we're into the basic. So the whole thing looks like this. Basic, 2 up, 2 back with the 2 points, and then the basic. The next move is the big strong Jackie Gleason, and you'll hear the caller mention a comedian called Jackie Gleason who had a catchphrase, "Away we go." So you'll hear that as we do this move. So we're going to do 2 up. We're going to do a kicking motion which goes kick, cross, kick, back. But as we do that kicking motion, we're supposed to pretend that we're shoveling some coal into a fire. So here's my attempt with the arm movement, but we're also going to show you a photo of Jackie Gleason himself so that you can get a better idea of the posture. So it's going to look something like this. Step together, step, tap. Now, if you were thinking that the previous moves weren't quite sensible enough, this one really, really is sensible. The next thing we're going to do is when the caller says so, we're going to go into birdland. So we've been doing our basic, hit it, and then at this point, you're going to stop doing the Madison and you're going to start being a bird. I suppose the classic is the chicken. There's a point in the voiceover where the caller mentions, how about a little bit of stiff leg, which I think is probably the chicken pose. But if you want to, I mean, I like to be a penguin, or you can be some sort of, graceful Swan Lake thing. Do whatever you want, but be ready, because then the caller will say, when I say hit it, come out of birdland and back to the Madison. And he'll go hit it, and then you've got to start the basic. So have fun with that. You experiment with the whole of ornithology in your free time. The final move is a kind of finishing pose. So we're going to do a 2 up, 2 back, double cross and freeze. So this one, we know the 2 up, 2 back, I've done that before. The double cross is like at the start of the Rifleman. So we've got step, step, step. And what people tend to do these days for the freeze, they tend to pivot because you've got your legs crossed, so you can just pivot round, and then some kind of pose, maybe with some jazz hands if you like. It's up to you, because that's you've conquered the Madison. This is your moment of glory, so whatever you like. So to let you dance along with a proper EUSDS class, which we know hasn't really been possible this year, we've got a video of me leading a Madison back in 2015. And we're going to show that now so that you can dance along with loads of other EUSDS dancers, and we hope that you'll be able to do that in person once it's safe and practical to do so. Hope you've enjoyed the Madison. See you again soon. 3, 2, 1. It's Madison time.
It's Madison time, hit it! You're looking good, a big strong run. When I say hit it, I want you to go 2 and 2 back with a big strong turn back to the Madison. Hit time. You're looking good. Now when I say hit it, I want you to go 2 up and 2 back, double cross, come out of it to the Rifleman. Hit time. strong M, erase it and back to Madison. Hit it. Rock on, you're looking good. Now then, when I say hit it, it'll be tea time. Hit it. Big strong line. Now when I say hit it, I want the big strong Cleveland box and back to the Madison. Hit it. Crazy. Now when I say hit it, I want the big strong basketball with the full Chamberlain hook. Hit it. I want the big strong Jackie Gleason and back to the Madison. Hit it. And away we go. Now then when I say hit it, Birdland, will I say stop. Hit it. You're looking good. Now when I say hit it, come over Birdland, back to the Madison. Hit it. Trace it. When I say hit it, take 2 up and 2 back, double cross and freeze. Hit it. And hold it right there.